combining like terms, or just simplifying. All right, so we're going to combine like terms today. Combine like terms. So we're going to start off with the idea of what is a term. So we've got this vocabulary word, term, today. And a term is a variable or it's a number or a number and a variable, maybe plural. So a term is a variable, the letter X. It's a number, 14. Or it's a number and a variable. Maybe it's negative 10 AB. You know that it's a term because they're separated by pluses or minuses. A term is a variable, a number, or sometimes it's a number and a variable. And you know that they're terms because they're separated by pluses or minuses. Then we've got a vocab term, a vocab word that is a constant. And a constant in a math problem is a number with no variable. The constant is a number in a math problem with no variable. Then we have the vocabulary term coefficient. We have our vocabulary term coefficient, and a coefficient is the number in front of a variable. They're touching. In math, when two things touch, what does that mean? Multiply. They're being multiplied. Okay, so let's talk this through. I'm going to give you a problem. Are you ready? Let's do 3x minus 14 plus 2t. All right, let's talk terms. In that problem, let's count how many terms there are. And remember, Cody, turn around. A term is a variable, it's a number, or it's a number and variables together. So if I look at this problem, here's one term. Here's the next term. And here's the last term. How many terms are there? There are 3. In this problem, there are 3 terms. The sign in front of a term belongs to it. So that minus sign belongs to the 14. Let's try another example. 10y plus 13xy minus 8 plus 7t. Can you tell me how many terms are in this problem? How many things are separated by pluses and minuses? Show me on your hands. Show me with your fingers. 4. 10y plus 13xy minus 8 plus 7t. But that's not what we're looking for. Right now we're looking for the constant. And what is the constant by definition? BB? A number with no variable. So what number has no variable in this problem? Perfect. It's not just 8. That minus sign belongs with it. Negative 8. Okay, let's do another example. I'm changing this problem real quick. 8b plus 7x minus 10d minus y. All right, let's practice again. How many terms are in this expression? Autumn? 4. What's the constant in this expression? Max? A number with no variable. Is there a number with no variable up here? So is there a constant? There's no constant. Sometimes that happens. We're going to go now to coefficient. What's the first coefficient in this problem? Coefficient is the number in front of a variable. What's the first coefficient? Caden? 8. What's the next coefficient? After 8 is what, Sam? 7. What's the next coefficient? Maddox? Not 10. Negative 10. And what's the last coefficient? BB? What number's in front of this y? How many y's are up there? 1, so I can put a 1 in there. And it's negative 1. So with the coefficients, sometimes you need to squeeze in a 1. I guess I should have put with the constant, there can be no constant, right? So is it easy to identify terms, constants, and coefficients? Like if you have the definitions in front of you, can you find them in an expression? So now let's talk like terms. This is the big one. Like terms are terms with exactly the same variable. They get added or subtracted together. Exactly the same variable. We're going to write a whole bunch of things down and you're going to circle them and connect them. Are you ready? In the first row, negative 10x, 8x squared, 14y, negative 9xy. Are any of those exactly the same? Negative 10x, 8x squared, 14y, negative 9xy. Are any of those exactly the same? Yes, no? No. We're looking for terms with exactly the same variable or variables. In the second row, write 10xy, 9y, negative 11x, and 14x squared. Let's combine like terms. Who can tell me a pair that is up there? Morgan, what's one pair? Negative 10x and negative 11x. That's negative 10x, negative 11x, correct? They're the same, so I write them down. What's negative 10x minus 11x. What do you get as your answer? Negative 10x and negative 11x. If the signs are the same, find the sum, keep the sign. What's the answer?
Negative 21x.
John, are you taking notes? Let's try another. Who can tell me another pair that belongs together up there? Olivia?
10xy.
Perfect. 10xy and negative 9xy. They're exactly the same. And I don't know what these variables are, right? So they just stick around for the ride. Pretend it said cookies instead of xy. If you had 10 cookies and you subtracted 9 cookies, what would you have left? 1 cookie, but instead of cookies, it's xy. What else can go together? Phoebe? Good. I'm going to write it up here so I have room. 8x squared. Uh-oh, what do? I don't have an operation. Plus, because it's positive. 14x squared. My variables don't change, just my numbers. Pretend that was puppies instead of x squared. 8 puppies plus 14 puppies is how many puppies? 22. But it's not puppies, it's x squareds. Last one. 9y and 14y. What does that problem look like? 9y what? Plus 14y. 9y plus 14y is what? 23y. They have to have exactly the same variables. All right, we're going to do a little bit of practice before you start your homework. So along the side right here, we ran out of room. Let's remember your variables go first. And in A, B, C order. Your variables go first, and they should go in ABC order. Cody, this is getting added to your notes. So turn around.